As we'll see here, full throttle. Again, it gets up and it moves. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be reviewing a 2023 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Now, the point of this review is to check out two things. First off, the 3.6 liter V6, and then secondly, a new interior on the Wrangler, or at least new to me. I've never seen this interior before. Before getting to the video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this Wrangler. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. By the way, they have two of these V6 Wranglers with this new interior. This one's Hydro Blue. They have another one that is white, I believe. If you have any questions, just ask for Nick or Eric. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 3.6 liter V6. It goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 285 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go to the front end of this Wrangler Rubicon. So like I said, this one's finished in Hydro Blue, which is a pretty cool color. We've got the sport hood that comes with the Rubicon, and then you can see those little things. You can lower the windshield down onto those. Rubicon logo here on the side with the red accenting. And then we've got the LED light package on this one, so you guys can see here with like the daytime running light and then the circular daytime running light around the headlight itself. That also doubles as a turn signal indicator, by the way. Jeep's signature front grille here. We got the red tow hooks to signify it's a Rubicon. This one has a steel bumper group. We've got the fog lights there built into the bumper as well. And there's the front. So popping on the side here, we've got 33s wrapped around 17-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And I guess we also have my shadow apparently. But anyways, if you guys are wondering, 285, 70, 17. I love the wheel design. We've got a little Wrangler there on the wheel, as you guys can see. Pretty aggressive tires with the Rubicon. And then you guys can see the front suspension. Now, Jeep still utilizes a solid front axle. With the V6, you can get the Extreme Recon to upgrade this wheel package to, oh sorry, not wheel package, but tire package rather, to 35s instead of 33s, and it does lift the Wrangler a little bit as well. We've got the rock rails there on the side. Notice our Jeep Wrangler badge here. And then you guys can see this one has the hard top, but then notice nothing's body painted, so like it's all kind of like, you know, contrasty, I guess, with this Wrangler, but there's a side. So here's our key fob. You guys can see you got the Jeep logo there on the back. We have our unlock lock function and then the remote start as well. And we'll actually just pop this open. So really easy to actually open it up when you have a 33 in the back because it's so light. And you guys can see inside, I love the blue here again. But tons of storage space. This one has the Alpine sound system, and then we've got this for all the bolts and everything for the top, and then there's more storage space underneath if you want to use that. It's trying to consume stuff here in the back. But other than that, when you're all done, just pop that down and then just pop this back into place and boom. Now let's finish things up with the rest of the rear. So first off, we've got these cool LED taillights. I love the turn signal indicator too. Red recovery hook here at the bottom, and then notice the cameras in the center of the tire carrier. It's kind of Jeep's little trick. And then notice here with the spare tire, again, same as all of the other wheels. Got the receiver hitch there at the bottom. Solid rear axle, just like what you have in the front. So you can see there. And then we got the Mopar shocks with the Rubicon. They're actually pretty good off-road in terms of like higher speed stuff, surprisingly. But anyways, there's the rear. Now this is where things get exciting. So the door panel is unchanged, but the seats. So we've got these leather seats. Notice they still have the red Rubicon stitching on them. Got the Jeep logo there in the center, but look at this center design. And this is a factory option. And like really plush. I love how these feel. And actually, when I pop in, so you got the grab handle. There's your legroom, headroom, and then you guys can see here with the little storage area and then those little holders. Got some vents here in the back. We got the window controls down below, power outlet. But like, these are so nice. They're more comfortable in the seats than my Rubicon 392. This is not fair. Let's head to the front. So here's a front door panel. You guys can see here with the padding, and then quick look at the mirror. We've got our mirror adjustments right here, door lock and unlock. And boom, again with the front seats, it looks so cool. Nice bolstering here on the front, and then again, like it's, I mean, I can't really convey this on camera because like you guys can't feel through the camera, but like just feels so much softer than the regular seats you get in a Rubicon if you go for the upgraded seats. And yes, they are the Mopar Catskin, so you can see the little tag right there. Anyways, manual adjustments, pedal layout. And then you got the light controls here with the fog light. Steering wheel is manually adjustable. Let's pop in. So here's the steering wheel with the Rubicon, really nice leather trim all around, and then you got the contrasted red stitching. Radio controls there on the back. Controls for the center stack, your voice command phone controls, cruise control. Turn signal stock, windshield wiper stock. There's the steering wheel. So here is the center gauge cluster itself. So analog gauges on either side, and then you can see the center gauge there. It is a screen that shows, like, you know, fuel economy, for example. You got the off-road stuff as well. And then, you know, tire information, normal vehicle stuff, but there's a center. Here's your infotainment screen. First off, if we pop it into reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and resolution's solid here with the camera. Now, as for the rest of the screen, we have the shortcut bar here at the bottom. Notice we have heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Dual zone climate, response time's great, and we do have the off-road pages here that come with pretty much every Jeep at this point. I'm trying to think of it. Maybe like a base model Renegade might not have it. But anyways, circular vents while that's loading. And you can see the red on the dash. It still comes with the Rubicon package, and this shows you just different bits of off-road information that you can already see with other gauges. It's cool that we can see exactly where we're at, and then our altitude as well. I guess I've been lying to you guys because I always say 4,500 feet, 4,375. I can't believe I did that. All jokes aside, we've got our analog control section here. So analog controls for the radio, the climate system, heated seats. You got like the recirculate button, which is a Jeep. You got your off-road cruise control, auto stop start if you want to turn that off, stability control, window controls here in the center, and then this is like a little charging area. 4 auxiliary buttons. And then since it's a Rubicon, we've got our off-road plus, which is like your off-road driving mode, hence the name. Sway bar disconnect, and then your front and rear lockers, and then our drive line select. So with the Rubicon, you've got 2-wheel high, 4-wheel high, neutral, 4-wheel low, so pretty straightforward. Shifter for that 8-speed automatic. Got a couple cup holders here. Center console. I'm so in love with these seats. I just can't get over them. Glove box, and then Wrangler grab handle, and then you guys can see this one has the top insulation. This is such a perfect spec. And then you got the little latches there at the top. The back, you have to use tools. That's all. So here's a window sticker for this Rubicon. You guys can see base MSRP $46,000. Now this does have quite a few options added to it. If you guys are wondering, those seats are right around here. $1,750 for these seats. I think it's well worth it. Anyways, total MSRP $62,975. 3-year 36,000 mile basic warranty, 5-year 60,000 mile on the powertrain warranty. Let's see how it drives.
Yeah, that these things just come off too. The doors.
Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. You guys can see through both of the mirrors, and then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. Setting off in the Wrangler with the V6. So with the Rubicon package, we have a 4:10 axle ratio. If you get the Extreme Recon, it upgrades it to a 4.56, but I will tell you the 410 is more than enough to move these 33s. The 4.56, it's a lot of fun and helps with moving the 35s, but yeah, this is enough for this package. And just like most Wranglers, it has Wrangler driving dynamics. It, you know, it's kind of bumpy with the ride, and the steering's actually pretty direct on, this is what I've found is interesting, on like a, you know, base model Wrangler and on the Rubicon, the V6, and even the 4xe, it's really only the 392 nowadays that's really like crazy with the steering, where you just don't feel anything basically. But let's get up and see how this punches. So kind of like low speeds, it gets up and it moves at a relatively solid pace. Fuel light came on, of course. Always happens every single time I review a vehicle, it seems like. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely not sports car direct with the steering, right? But this is so much better than old Wranglers. Like old Wranglers, like you turn the wheel and nothing would happen, whereas now you can actually kind of feel what's happening in the front end, and again, like you can see there's a little bit of vagueness, but it's not horrible. It's the price you pay though for solid axles. But again, I will tell you, as someone who owns a 392, this is so much more direct than the 392. The 392 has the worst steering ever. It's kind of scary because it's the highest horsepower Wrangler, and you have like no steering feel, and the steering is, there's so much vagueness in the center. It's just hilarious. Other stuff, V6 is quiet. Like, I can hear the turn signal over the engine in this. Okay, so we're getting up and moving again. Yeah, again, the V6 seems to be doing a pretty decent job with accelerating. It's not fast by any means. I will say though, I feel like I have to get into the throttle like a decent amount. I don't have to do that with the 4xe. I don't have to do it with the 392 or the EcoDiesel. The 2.0 turbo a little bit, but this just feels the most lethargic out of the powertrains. And you guys will see here, full throttle. Again, it gets up and it moves, but it's just, especially at higher elevation like this, the 2.0 turbo just does a much better job. So, I guess final thoughts, the V6 makes the Wrangler more affordable, so I guess that's a big plus. Fuel economy is good. It's tried and true, right? We know this is a reliable powertrain, and so it's got a lot going for it, but the 2.0 turbo has been shown to be really reliable. Fuel economy is just as good, if not better, and it just performs like, it's so much better. So I just don't get, I honestly don't get the point in getting the V6 anymore. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong. Like, let me know what your thoughts are. But I think that, you know, with the reliability of the 2.0 and with the drivability of the 2.0, this just doesn't, like, it's a cool engine, but like, I'd rather get any of the other powertrains over this. Like, me personally, obviously I bought the 392, but I think the 2.0 or the 4xe, I just think that's the route to go at this point. But let me know what you guys think about the V6, and let me know what you think about these seats as well. That's gonna sum things up for a video on this Rubicon. Let me know what you guys think about this new packaging. And with that being said, again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Schmiller Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this Wrangler. Check out the info in the description down below. Ask for Nick or Eric if you have any questions. I'll see you.